Hi everyone, it's me Emma and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of a mishmash of a few things. A mini unboxing, which I'm so excited about. I did a video yesterday and during it I found out that this was being shipped today, so I am super excited to open this one. I wanted to speak to you guys about what my TBR is for this month and what I've read so far this month, because some of the stuff that was going to be in my TBR this month I have actually been reading and have read, so yep. So I don't know what to do first. Should I just do the unboxing because I'm way too freaking excited for this. Okay, so this one is from Amazon and I know exactly what it is because I thought it wasn't going to be shipped for like another 2 months. And I literally was worried that I was not going to be able to get it in time for Shae Geeks Out, Momma loves Manga, the Panda Post and Book of Bees Thursday stream. That's it. Oh my god, I got a notification to say that it was going to be here and I'm hoping that it comes in and it's not damaged. So that would be, I'm so excited. And that is Sweat and Soap. I'm super excited about this. I believe it's a josei and it revolves around these two characters here. This girl has got a bit of a sweat problem and she uses this guy works for a company that deals with sort of like fragrances, so she finds that the only way to mask her rather potent fragrance is to use this guy's company stuff, and I believe he is the head of the fragrance department. So he walks past her one day because she gets a job there and somehow catches a whiff of this girl here and yeah, and doesn't recognise the scent even though he knows that she smells like his scent. There's something different about the scent. Yeah, and then apparently a load of different things happen in it. I'm super excited about this. Book of Bee done a Instagram post a few days ago and she put a little bit of a snippet as to what happens in the story. There was a post from one of the panels and it looked a bit saucy, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about this one. And you can see on the back cover actually there's a few saucy panels right there, so I shall be reading this hopefully before the girls do their live stream, so I'll be able to hopefully join in with that, so that'll be excited. Anyway, so yeah, that's the one that I'm super excited about. Hey, sorry about that, I had to jump cut there because my dog was moaning outside my door to come in, so she is next to me on the bed, so if you hear any noises, that is probably her. Moving on to the stuff that I've read so far this month. On my TBR was actually a couple of volumes of this series. I had started I did watch the anime on Netflix and I kind of had mixed feelings about it. I mean, it left the end of the anime left me a bit salty and I wasn't happy where it ended, but I believe I got told on my Instagram that it never encompassed the entire story, so I wanted to find out what happened next. And I had volumes I believe I had volumes 1 to 8 on my shelves for ages and I just never bothered picking it up, and so yeah, so that would be volumes 1 through 11. So I've read 1 through 11 of D.Gray-man this month and I'm hoping to pick up the last 2 in the series to find out. This particular series is extremely gory, very violent and sometimes unnecessarily so, but I'm kind of loving it at the same time. I don't know if that like makes me sound complete batshit crazy, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm kind of really enjoying. I kind of didn't really have any expectations going into the series, and I think that's probably the best way for me to go into it, because if you expect it to be anything like maybe Battle Royale or anything remotely similar because of where it starts. I don't think you're going to enjoy this series, but I didn't have very high expectations for it, so from what I've read so far, I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. These two characters, I mean, particularly Shiro, she is probably my favourite one. I don't want to say what happens to her because otherwise that's spoiler territory, and I don't really want my channel to be about spoilers, but the friendship between these two is just so cute, and I feel sorry for Ginta, to be honest. He gets shit on a lot in this series, at least from what I've read so far, and as I say, I can't wait to see where this series ends. The next one was kind of no surprise really, because I hauled it in my monthly haul, and that is My Hero Academia. I am thoroughly enjoying this series. I was reading it volume to volume as they were coming out, but I kind of, after this one, regret not stockpiling them and like binging a few volumes. I don't want to get up to date with the chapters. I do enjoy reading them as they come out, because then it's a bit more exciting for me and it encourages me to collect them physically rather than keep reading them off of the Shonen Jump app. But yeah, I think I'm going to stockpile the next few volumes and then binge read both of all of them, all of the volumes that are new, if that makes sense. But yeah, this kind of finishes up, is it, I don't want to say it's the tournament, but it's kind of like the class battles between Class A and the, is it Class B? I think it might be Class B, Class A and Class B, if I remember correctly. And yeah, there's some good character development for Deku, with him being able to see some of the previous holders of, is it One for All? Yeah, One for All. And yeah, I kind of like that aspect of being able to see some of the previous users. And I like, at the end of this series, we're finally starting to see some of the villains again. Because it's obviously a set-up volume for the next one, which, from what I've heard, is a pretty epic start to an arc. So I am very much looking forward to the next volume. Yes, that's My Hero Academia volume 23. There's not really a lot else that I can say about it because everybody knows it. Everybody's either watching the anime or reading the manga. But I'm sticking to the manga. I'm kind of just living for the manga at the moment rather than the anime. So that's that one. The next one is possibly one of my favourite shonen series at the moment, and that is Blue Exorcist, and I picked up and read volume 23 this month. And again, this series is one of my favourite ones. It was one that had sat on my shelves for a while, for a good few years, and I didn't really feel like I was going to enjoy it, and then I picked it up after where the anime left off, after like the Kyoto saga, and I literally just fell in love with it. This one here, you get to see the background of Yukio's and Rin's mother, their background, and the sort of how her and Satan met and what happened between her and Father Fujimoto. It's definitely one that kind of makes me excited for the next one because it leaves it off on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes. It's definitely one, if you haven't picked it up, do pick it up. It gets a lot better after the Kyoto saga, because I felt that the first half of the story, like the first few volumes, I wasn't particularly enjoying, but then I did watch the anime, and then the anime season 1 had an anime-owned ending, which kind of put me off it, and then I jumped straight back into the manga from where I had left off, from where the ending happened, and I thoroughly enjoyed it and got caught up within a couple of weeks. So this is definitely one that I am really excited to read. Unfortunately, it comes out, I think it's monthly. This comes out, or it could be bi-monthly, I can't remember, chapter wise, so we've got another 6 months to wait for this, so I'm really gutted, but I have pre-ordered it and I can't wait to read it. So this last one that I read this month is, well, the last one that I've read so far, I'm hopefully reading more, I'm going to read more, is Komi Can't Communicate, and I don't really want to say a whole lot on this because I want to do a review on it, only because I feel like this story is extremely relatable for me, and I want to get caught up to date and then collect my thoughts on how I feel about what is currently out. So I've personally got volume 1 and I've got volume 1 and I've got volume 2, and I've only read volume 1. As I said in my haul video, I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to feel about this series, only because I'm not a big fan of 4 Koma, because normally they end up with just each chapter is a different story and there's no really overarching theme, whereas this one, it is kind of chapter by chapter, but there's an overarching theme. So Komi wants to make 100 friends, and this guy here, Tadano, you can't even really see him, to be honest, but he is trying to help her do so. But it's definitely one that I can understand why a lot of people are really enjoying, and I can understand why it could be really relatable to a lot of people. So I would really like to do kind of like a first impressions / review on this once I have been caught up with it, to collect my feelings on how I feel the story is going, because obviously this is only volume 1 and I have got volume 1 and 2, but I'm super excited and I do really badly want to finish off reading this, at least get up to date with it, because it's definitely enjoyable. So yeah, I definitely would recommend picking that one up. So the next part of this video I wanted to speak to you about my TBRs for this month. So initially my TBR for this month was to read volumes, let me just check, volume 7 through 11 of D.Gray-man Wonderland. Now I've obviously read volumes 1 to 11, so I've definitely had that one ticked off my list, but I will hopefully be picking up the next 2 volumes, so I'm super excited about that and hopefully finishing that off. So that is a series that I'm hoping to finish reading this month. The next one is volume 2 of Komi, so then I can sit and do my first impressions slash review on how I feel about it. So yeah, so that's that one. The next ones that I would to read this month would be The Way of the House Husband, volume 1 and volume 2. I've heard a lot of people speak about this. Shayla over at Shae Geeks Out spoke about it and she was very much enjoying it, and the whole concept of the Yakuza and it being a comedy and how he's kind of changed his life, I suppose, as being like a house husband, really appeals to me. And to be honest with you, I kind of really want to have some comedy in my life at the moment, because it's not particularly that great for my I suffer from anxiety, so that's really playing up for me. So reading stuff that's making me laugh is actually really quite bringing my spirits up quite a bit, so I'm quite excited to get into these ones. This month I believe Dr. Stone volume 10 is coming out, so I would like to read that one as well. And the other one is Beyond the Clouds volume 1. I hauled that up this month, and I would like to finish, well, at least read that and get my first impressions and a video out on that one. And the last series that I would like to read is Al Haru Ride volumes 1 to 4, which is what I've got. So those ones are the ones that I would like to read this month, and hopefully I'll be able to do a kind of monthly manga wrap up and like collectively sort of like run through each series and then give you guys my thoughts quickly, not too in depth. Unless you wanted me to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that. But yeah, so that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, and comment down below if you enjoyed my video. Let me know if you want me to do any first impressions or anything like that. I'll be more than happy to do so. And if you also have got enough time, pop over onto my Instagram and give me a thumbs up, a love heart, or a little high five, and let me know that you've popped over there for my channel. It would be much appreciated.